What's up, fish fam? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time visiting Water Warrior Fishing, thank you and welcome, and please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you like what you see today, which I'm sure you will. It is an exciting new day. It is the first fishing day for me of 2018. We're gonna get on the lake with Antonio, a buddy of mine that I fished with a lot last year. You guys have seen him in a lot of videos. Today, February 19th. It is crazy right now. The weather is going to go up to 70, 75 degrees. We're having a record heat wave right after we had all kinds of cold, nasty weather. And it's a weird area, the mid-Atlantic where I live, okay? You don't have enough ice to go ice fishing, but it gets cold enough to slow the fishing down quite a bit. So it's kind of limbo in the wintertime. I'm sure if you guys live in the area, you know what I'm talking about. But we're going to break the ice today, okay? We're going to get out there on the water. We're going to try our best, be warriors as usual, and just deal with what the day brings us. So let me run you guys through the 4 setups I decided to bring today. Yes, only 4. Because we're going in my friend's boat, it's not my boat. So go watch that video on how to be a co-angler so you guys understand how to pack as a co-angler to be a good one. With that being said, let's start out with the first setup. I've got a Boyd Duckett Ghost rod, one of my favorite spinning rods. This is a 7-foot medium power fast action. These rods in general, the whole lineup, have really fast stout tips. I like that for fishing soft plastics, which is what I'm going to throw primarily on this setup today. I've got a Super Finesse slider head. We've got a Green Pumpkin Zoom Fish Doctor on there. We're going to throw that as a last resort. That's if the fish aren't touching anything else, okay? But we don't really want to be throwing that all day. So here's our main players. I'm looking forward to throwing this rod very much because I've been a fan of the Berkley Lightning rod for a long time, and they just reintroduced a new model in the past couple of months. I went up to Bass Pro Shops, my buddy Justin Lee, shout out to you guys. Go visit their channel, Bass on the Brain. Berkley Lightning rod. This is a 7-foot medium heavy power fast action. It's a $40 rod. $40 in 2018, guys. You have to check it out. If just for the fact that it's that cheap. But I don't buy things that are cheap in quality, okay? Maybe in price, but not in quality. This is an insane value for your money. Go grab a Berkley Lightning rod today. You will thank me later. We're going to throw a 1/2 ounce Conquistador jig head with a Zoom Swimming Super Fluke. So it's the standard size. That's an albino color. Next, third on the list, we've got a Powell diesel rod, and we're throwing a high-speed reel with that, a 7-to-1. You guys need to go read my crankbait tutorial, early spring crankbait tutorial that I put out recently. I'll link that as well. But that's going to tell you everything you need to know about why I throw, what cranking setups I throw. We've got a custom strap on there. I call this the Madeira Crawl. Last but not least, we've got a Daiwa Tatula 701 MRB. Did a review on this as well. I'll link that video as well. This is a medium setup. It's a 7-foot medium, and it's got a moderate action. So it's in between, you know, what you would need for plastics and cranking. So I like to throw it as a versatile setup for my light swim baits. And we're going to throw a couple of those with this setup. But those are the 4 setups I decided to bring today, guys. Hopefully that gives you some insight as to what I'll be doing today. And I'll see you very soon out on the water with my buddy Antonio. We're going to go meet up now. Let's do it.
I got sauce, baby. I got sauce. I got sauce, baby. I got sauce.
What's up, big guy? How you doing?
Fish, big house.
Nice hat. I like that. You ready to do the work? Let's go get this crusty boat, man. The crusty boat that gets us so many fish. You ready?
12 by 40.
12 by 40. Plenty stable for us midgets here, man. Hey, is that a lake back there too? You can't fish it? What?
That used to be, that's called the north and south pond. There's 2.
Lake. There's another one?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no trespassing all over that.
Nist.
All right, well, looks like we're going to this other lake. Alright, we're here, and I want to know how in the heck you got that boat, how you get that boat off by yourself? The will to fish is real. Alright, let's do this, guys. You think we're gonna get skunked today?
Everything goes well. I'm talking like 10 3-pounders. If there were
10 3-pounders?
Yeah.
No skunk? Look at how, dude, it's clear. No, we're gonna start out with this Super Fluke, the swimming Super Fluke standard size. I'm surprised at how well it runs. I haven't thrown these in about 4 months, but they still kick like a champ. Really cheap option if you guys want a soft swim bait setup. This is a good one. And we're fishing this dock, and me and Antonio were just talking. There's still grass. I just dragged this bait up off the bottom, and I had a ton of residual grass on the hook. So it doesn't go away, and it's just not as healthy, and it doesn't come up as high in the water column. So you got to fish it a little bit differently. Yeah. So here is an example of the grass that's still here. So you see what I mean? Like, it doesn't go anywhere. We're gonna head to where some more of that is, some more grass. It's just like a grass flat, shallow end of the lake. The majority of the lake averages around 15 feet. So we're gonna head up to an area that averages around like 8 to 10. And we're gonna just put all of these baits that I talked about earlier to use. All right, guys, so we pulled up to the shallow end of the lake, and I'm fishing with my custom trap here. And we're just gonna work this shallow grass flat back here. There's a little point right here. This whole area in front of us is really shallow, like 3 feet. But I'm trying to keep this bait over the tips of the remaining grass. I don't want it to get caught up in there, but if it does, what I'm doing is ripping it out with a little twitch. And I'm gonna show you what I'm working with now. This is the Daiwa Tatula. It's a 701 MRB, 7-foot, medium power, moderate action. Just working this along the bottom real slow. We'll see. Dude, I can see clear to the bottom. This is crazy. Here, you'll see what I mean. You can't see clear to the bottom, but you can see the contour where grass is and isn't. Look real close. You'll see light, and then you'll see dark. It's pretty wild, right? So we're working our way into this cove here, and our idea right now, our thinking is pretty much find the warmest water. And these shallower coves are inevitably going to be, they should be warmer than the main lake. So we're working our way in from the main points. We're fishing them out with different stuff. We're working in, and there's a bunch of scattered wood on this shoreline. Typically throughout the warmer months of the year, this stuff is just choked with grass, so we can't even enter this cove really. But this time of year, everything's open season. So I threw around that swim bait for a bit. Now we're gonna move out to this point again on the outer mouth of this cove, and we're gonna throw one of my customs. No name for that, just a little random scheme I painted up. I just kind of want it to come across any suspending fish. I don't want it to bump the bottom like I normally do. There's not enough rock in here to really crank bottom. There's just a lot of residual dead grass. So it makes cranking pretty tough. And in those situations, I'll just run a crank that's just above the bottom. You know, something that ticks the top of the grass that doesn't go all the way into it. All right, y'all. We are at the deepest point in this lake. I think this area is about 40 feet, right? 40? Just out here jigging. I'm jigging this blade.
I'm jigging my jig on the bottom.
He's jigging his jig. 40. Sounds like a special technique, bro. I don't really like jigging a blade, but it's that or a risk no bites today. He tried the NED rig and nothing on a NED rig, so we're kind of desperate here. Covered the whole lake pretty much, besides one little area. Oh my God, dude. Thank God. Holy cow. Thank God. Oh, Antonio. Oh, this is a great sight. That's a big fish, ain't it? Keep tension on it. I've got my line out.
Oh shit.
That's a big fish. That's a big fish. Get myself together here. All right. Bring him in, bring him in. Got him. Got him, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
This is how we're out here. Never lose hope. That's how we do it out here.
On the water
fishing add-on.
That's right, baby, that's right. And that's a solid fish, dude. We've been waiting for that all day. As we got the pictures on this baby. Now we're gonna get weight here. 3-3. Antonio, we did it, bro. Nice job. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Oh, nice. She's off, dude. Oh my God. Did you see how fast she went? Dude, that fish was fine. That's right. Water Warrior gang, don't give up. Stay persistent. And now we got the first fish of 2018. First fish? First bass? Nah, this is like your what, 10th? It's our first bass together in the boat, bro. Nice job. We're gonna move up on this grass line. So now I'm throwing the slider head, the Spider Finesse one, with the TRD Finesse Z-Man bait. It's made for the Ned rig, but I just want it for its actions because it sits up like that vertically. Just marked a couple fish on the graph. The first group of fish we've seen all day, so I'm trying to fish them out. I can't find them. We just went over them. Too many baits, not enough fish, huh? Yeah. Oh, it came off. Oh my God. That was, oh my, that was total user error. I had, that fish was right off of the end of this log, and I pulled him, and the drag was, I guess, too loose. I literally set my drag this loose because I've had issues pulling the hooks on tighter drag. Now I'm snagged. I bet you that fish hit right off of what I just snagged on.
A few moments later.
Smaller. Nice, dude. Watch your motor. I can't see him. I can't see him. A little smart, a little older, a little wiser. Look at how cold he is, dude. Look at how cold he is. Might be bigger.
That's what we do out here. Don't give up. Catch them all day. Just like that.
That's awesome. That's a cold fish right there, bro. Super cold. Oh.
Aquaquan, watch out.
Watch out.
One eternity later.
Whew. All right. We're back at the house, guys. Let's do a little recap of the day. Today, I know I didn't talk too much. I didn't tell you everything we were doing throughout the day because it was that slow, and the fish were few and far between. We did get 2. My boy Antonio caught 1 fish 3.3, the other 3 pounds. Beautiful fish. And you have to fish what the fish want in order to be successful. So that's what separates good anglers from great anglers, is being able to adapt. Today, I was a good angler, not a great angler, because I didn't adapt. I was stubborn. And although I saw Antonio catch fish on the Ned rig with the Ned head, I just didn't pick it up, okay? Now that is an issue with me being stubborn or me believing in something else more than the Ned rig, whatever it may be. I simply just didn't catch fish and he did. And that's, I believe, due to the bait he was throwing. He had a lot of confidence in that thing. He's been tearing it up on that thing lately. And like I said, whether it was his confidence in that or the bait itself, he caught fish and I didn't. And that's something that we need to pay attention to right now. With that being said, let's talk about the 4 setups I brought today and my thoughts on why they didn't work. First, the Boyd Duckett Ghost 7-foot medium. I threw a slider head with a Fish Doctor, Zoom Fish Doctor green pumpkin. Really similar to the Ned rig. He was throwing a green pumpkin Ned worm, 4-inch. The only difference is the elasticity and buoyancy of the Ned rig, and I think that's what really got him those bites. It has a lot of salt in it, floats vertically in the water, and I think that's what turns him onto it. It's very subtle, doesn't do too much. This didn't work out. I'm not sure why. It was very similar, but it wasn't the Ned. Our second setup, we've got the Powell Diesel 705 CB, medium heavy. I was throwing this today around quite a bit, and I really believed in this custom lure, my custom, and it did produce a really nice strike. Unfortunately, my drag was set stupid loose, and that fish came off. Then we've got the blade bait. I threw that quite a bit. I also threw a very small 1/4 ounce swim bait, soft swim bait, Kitech Swing Impact, nothing. Then lastly, after Antonio caught those 2 bass throughout the day, I noticed on both of those fish, they had red on their mouth. And usually that's a sign that these fish are heavily feeding on crawfish. So I took that as a sign and I put on a jig, a Strike King Tour Grade Finesse jig. And I thought this would imitate a crawl perfectly and that we'd get bit. We stayed in the same areas as those other 2 fish. It just didn't pan out. Those are the 4 setups I brought. None of them worked out really. And Antonio ripped it up on that Ned rig and caught 2 quality fish. We can't complain. We didn't get skunked. Our boat had fish in it today, and that means it was a good day. So thank you all for watching Water Warrior Fishing. Hopefully you liked this end segment. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe for me. Hit that like button. It's free. Tap, tap. See you on the next video. Thank you so much.